Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm on time today. Ooh! Everyone give me a W in the chat. I'm on time today. Well, my lights aren't on time. Wake up! Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. So, we're getting a lot of news out of Bayern. The transfer window in all the leagues is open right now. I think even the Italian league. Everything is open. Well, Arthur went to... Yeah, it's open. The transfer window is open. Not just the Bundesliga transfer window. Every European transfer window is now open. Which means it's now the transfer... We know Bayern could sign a player from any league right now in the next 2 days. And that's the cool thing about the transfer window. And this player, Max Aarons, is who we're looking for apparently, according to Sky Sports. Bayern Munich are heavily interested in Max Aarons. They contacted the player apparently, and the player would imagine a move to Bayern Munich. He's also being looked at by other clubs, but he puts Bayern on top of his list, and that's very, very cool. And the Norwich club, Norwich FC, Norwich City, Norwich would let Aarons leave for 20 million. They're relegated, so I don't know if that's going to come down lower, because look, they're a relegated club. This could be like a Robertson thing where you go and get yourself a nice little saucy fullback, 20 years old. Robertson was 24 at the time, but you get this fullback. No, he was actually 23. But you can get this fullback for a very cheap price of maybe 10, 15 million. And guess what? Jeez, you have your backup right back sorted right there. Because when I thought about this guy, I think we were linked to him last year. This was before Norwich got promoted into the Premier League. If I was looking at this guy, I was like, dang, this guy's really good. He's one of those fullbacks that you can't hate. He has no weaknesses. Defensively, he is solid, like absolutely solid. He's fast as hell. He can also dribble, attack. You can see it in him. Sergino Dest is also another one that Bayern are looking for at right back, and he would perfectly fit us. He would fit us perfectly, I mean. Crossing is bad. Well, that's because, look, he's playing for Norwich, right? He's not bad. Who said he's bad? He's great. This guy is great. He's actually very good. The thing is, when you're playing for Norwich, you're going to look a little bit crap. You're not going to get to show yourself as well. I mean, if you look at Alphonso Davies, was he playing for the Vancouver Whitecaps the same way he's playing for Bayern now? So if you look at Max Aarons, there's a certain level that I think Aarons is at that. You know what? I think Davies was once at, but look, he's playing for Norwich. You got to give the kid some slack. He was playing for a crap team, and now, if he moves to Bayern, we'll see really what he's about. He's going to move to a big club this summer, obviously, because he's actually a very good right back. He's also very good on his left foot, so he could even play left back. Very versatile. This is like the tradition, my right back right here. Defensively, solid. Attacking-wise, solid. That's my type of right back. Like everything they do with pace, intensity, that would be so... This is the signing that I didn't even think about when I was thinking about the alternatives for right back outside of Hakimi. And a lot of people said Hakimi is terrible defensively, which I disagreed with. And I proved you all wrong. Yeah, I proved you all wrong. Now, seriously, this guy would be my signing. Look, he's playing for Norwich. 2 assists for him is like 20 assists. Collins manager might pressure FIFA to host the Ballon d'Or. Well, if he does, then it will happen. That's what happens. I think he has the pulling power. The guy has 2 Ballon d'Ors, bro. He's just going to be like, you know what? I'm throwing these Ballon d'Ors in the trash. I'll make the award meaningless. And unless you actually make it happen. Or maybe he's asking FIFA to host a different award for best player. And yeah, look, at the end of the day, I really do think Max Aarons is the guy. Look, yesterday wasn't a good day for Bayern, guys. It wasn't a good day for Bayern fans. First of all, Chelsea qualified for the Champions League, which means they're getting Kai Havertz. That's not a good day for Bayern, all right? And all these things happened. Pavard got injured yesterday. Oh, God. Why Sunday? Pavard injured. Actually, 6 weeks now. I thought it was 3 weeks. Apparently, it's now 6 weeks. Speaking of weeks, we are now 11 days away from the Champions League returning. So the 7th, that's going to be sick, man. I can't wait. Planning everything in accordance. But we're waiting to see what happens, especially around Bayern, to see what we do in the transfer window. I want to see us take action, especially before the Champions League in the next 11 days. I want to see us sign a player, even on loan. Because guess what? That's when we really should start planning, because after the Champions League, potentially we could have a whole 3 weeks, and then the new season starts. So there has to be a lot of preparation in the next few weeks, even during the Champions League. I want our board to be doing business and to be, contacting players. But Max Aarons is the guy. He's 20, man. Defensively, very mature, and I think he would fit us like a glove to a hand. Pow. Well, some gloves can be bigger than the hands that they're actually on. So, also, we're interested in Camavinga. You know why I don't really believe that? Camavinga would cost us at least 50 million. At least. Because that's what Rennes want. He has, 2 years remaining on his contract now. They're not just going to let him go for free. He doesn't want to wait an extra year for Real Madrid. Oh, ironic. Real Madrid can't spend money like right now. People are like, oh, well, that's why Bayern can't spend money too. No. We don't spend 80 million, 90 million every single summer. Real Madrid do that, all right? So if Real Madrid can't spend money, it shouldn't be the same reason why we can't spend money. So if you're going to say, oh, well, Real Madrid aren't doing business right now, we shouldn't. We're not Real Madrid. We're not trying to follow Real Madrid. We're not as broke as Real Madrid financially. When I say broke, they're richer than us, but, just not even by that much. They just buy more players with more money. We just spend our money wiser. But you'd think we'd be in a financial situation very well fit if a pandemic was to hit. And I don't know why we weren't, considering all the things that we know about the club. We know we're, financially competent, probably more than any other club in the world. Look at how we do business. We do better business than Dortmund do, and they're supposed to be the business club. Look at, I heard Raphael Hollenstein say the reason why Borussia Dortmund didn't go for Achraf Hakimi wasn't because of anything extravagant and the player. It was because they didn't want to spend 40 million for Hakimi. That blew my mind. 40 million for Hakimi is a steal, man. You could sell him when he's 25 for like 100 million. But Dortmund didn't want to take that risk, and they're supposed to be the smart business club, which they aren't. They're just a bunch of little unambitious piece of craps. Seriously, though, I do think Max Aarons would fit Bayern. And look at all his strengths, man. The key passes, the key dribbling. I put key passes twice. Doesn't matter. The key things. That's what he can add to us. Apparently, Barcelona would like to loan out Pedri, and Bayern would like to put an option to buy. If it's a loan without an option to buy, I don't want him if it's just a loan, because he's a winger actually. I think he is. I don't know who he is actually. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who this Pedri guy is. I'm sorry. Apparently he's supposed to be the next Neymar or something. Look, you gotta cut me some damn slack, guys. How am I supposed to know who this Pedri guy is? Can anyone tell me what his full name is? Because I can't. I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know. Pedri, Barcelona. Alright, so he's supposed to be Spanish. He's set to join Barcelona once the season ends. So why would they want to sell him? I don't understand that. Right. I don't understand that. He's a left winger, so basically almost like the next Neymar. 5'9", lots of tricks on him. I don't know. What does this guy do? I'm sorry, man. I don't know what Pedri is. I don't know what a Pedri is. Oh my God, it's a rare Pedri. But why would we want to develop Barcelona's player for them? Hell no. If that's the case, then I don't want that. I'd rather have us buy him directly, like 15 million. Wait, they actually bought him, didn't they? How much did they buy him for? 5 million. Wait, they bought him August the 4th for 5 million. And we're trying to buy him. Or trying to loan him. Nah, screw that. I'm not loaning Barcelona's player just so that he can develop and go to them and I'll feel bad after he's balling. Nah. Have him keep him. Because once he's like unsettled at Barca because he knows it's a crap club, he's going to be like, I want to go somewhere. But Bayern want to apparently loan him with an option to buy. Not an obligation to buy, option to buy. So it means Barcelona could still say, we don't want to sell him. No. And then we wouldn't be able to sign him. Or Pedri himself could say he doesn't want to stay. But I'm not trying to loan Pedri. No. If we need a winger, we need a winger. Let's just buy one, like a Ferran Torres. I keep saying it, Ferran Torres. We're not going to sign Kai Havertz, so Ferran Torres would make sense if we're trying to get a winger. Pedri is a Spanish dish. I do know. Thank you. Now I know who he is. Thank you so much. We already have so many youngsters. We shouldn't buy Camavinga. We already have Fine and Cousins. We need an experienced player to fill Thiago's boots. You know, when you say it, it makes me feel like Marvel. You don't know who Camavinga is. Just look up a compilation, 10 minutes of this kid doing exactly brilliant things. On the ball, he's just as good as Paul Pogba. Tackling wise, this kid is 17 years old and he can read the game like a 28-year-old who's been in it for years. He can read the game as good as a Casemiro or even a Thiago. He makes about 4 point something tackles per game. He's playing for a worse side, so you would expect him to be making a lot of tackles. But it's not very much a defensive team, so he's covering so much ground on the pitch. He's covering too many players, and you can see he has so much intelligence about him. He can pass the ball. This guy's passing range is impeccable. His dribbling ability is amazing. Camavinga is the real deal. I do think there's so many players. Kelsey is a bigger sighting than Sane. Did anyone watch the Bayern training yesterday? Kelsey's looking cold. Look at him. Nah, he looks cold. Okay, I saw him do like one little tackle. I was like, bro, how did you do that? That was Zirkzee. Zirkzee was 1-on-1. He just came in behind, bow, one tackle. He didn't even go to the floor, didn't slide tackle. He just put his foot through the ball, bang, ball gets. Oh my God. Now I'm saying Tanguy Kelsey will be one of the best center backs in the world. His training, he was perfect, winning headers. Oh my goodness. Like that was his like actual full first training with Bayern. The other ones were just small groups. This was actually a game. The players were playing side, from trying to score. It was intense. This man just filled in perfectly. He was so cold. Cold. I think he'll be one of the best center backs in the world. George, do you think Bayern will stop signing by this year and will start to collect money to do after 3-4 years because most of the players are under 25? What do you think? Well, no, Bayern should not stop signing this year. Why is everyone saying F? Bayern will not stop signing this year. It's very important and impeccable that the club keeps strengthening. Also, our squad is thin. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, actually, that was probably the next thing I was going to say. He talked about squad planning. He said the schedule is tight. No, let me read it in my German accent that I'm going to keep improving. Und the schedule naturally affects the squad planning. Und in the past 2 years, we've had a relatively small squad. Okay, let me stop. We have to change that in the future, but thanks to our academy, we've been able to expand the squad with young youth players. Thanks to our academy. You know what? That's the disappointing thing. He's basically saying, hey, we know our squad is small. It's been small in the last 2 years, and that's true. At 2018, anyone, we didn't have a real backup striker. We did. We didn't have that depth. We didn't have the real wingers. Douglas Costa was gone. Under Niko Kovac, we didn't even have that many center backs. That was poor squad planning for the last 2 years. It was poor. And then we sold Wagner, and we still haven't replaced him. That's really poor. Poor squad planning once again. Did Wagner want to leave? I don't think he did. I think he actually wanted to stay. But we sold him because of whatever the reason. Maybe he wanted to leave and wanted to try something different. But he terminated his contract, and he's coming back to the club as a coach. But man, I just don't see why Bayern do this to ourselves. We go into each season pretty much cutting our own hand off. Like, bam, okay. And then we try to grab a Champions League with no hand. How you gonna grab a Champions League with no hand? You need your hands to grab a Champions League. But we cut our own hands off in the transfer window. Sometimes we sell a player, don't replace him thoroughly. Now, I always ask this. I was like, who's the Philipp Lahm replacement? Who really replaced Philipp Lahm? Are you telling me Pavard replaced Philipp Lahm years after he left? That's not the Philipp Lahm replacement. Was it Kimmich? I don't really think so, because Kimmich came in 2015. It's only in the last, 2 years, maybe 3 years, that I'd say Kimmich actually molded into a player. So we never actually really do replace players, do we? Like if Philipp Lahm leaves, we bring in like the next right back that's just already there. We wait. It's almost like we buy a player that can mold into that. We wait a few years, and in that time, we have players that are aging, and then at some point we can get good and rebuild. And yeah, that's it. That's how Bayern work, man. And I just wondered, we haven't really replaced so many players. We don't do it quickly, and he's talking about youth players. look, someone tell Karl-Heinz Rummenigge you have to spend some money, because you can't just tell a bunch of 18-year-old kids that still have university in the morning to just go play against Bayern, Real Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu, or Juventus in the old Grandma Stadium. You can't just tell these young kids. You have to be very, very smart with it. You can't just tell these young players, hey, go play in this game against these tough opposition when you're not ready. These kids are not ready as we think they are. Chris Richards isn't ready. He might be ready for his chance. He's not ready. Like, when I say ready, I mean he's going to come into that team and start, and he's going to push to be a starter. He's not going to push to be a starter, because people are saying, oh, Chris Richards, oh yeah, he can be a baller. Not every young player is going to be a baller. I guarantee you, out of that whole 20-plus man squad in Bayern 2, maybe 3 of them will make it to Bayern's actual first team. That's the sad reality of youth players, because it's almost like you're buying a bunch of apples and trying to select the best apple. You know, and eventually one of the best, you're just going to taste an apple and say, yeah, that's a good apple. That's what it's like with youth players. We just have to be patient with them. You just have to understand that not all of them will come up. People think every one of our youngsters will be the best players in the world. You know, people. I don't understand what people think sometimes. We're aspiring to be one of the best teams in the world. We are one of the best teams in the world for a reason. But that reason isn't because we have a young youthful squad. We have ambition. We also have a mix of youth and development. All right, think about the graduating class of the 2000s. You have to think about your Schweinsteigers, Mullers. Well, Muller was 2010s. You have to think about Philipp Lahm. You have to think about those types of players. There's only about 3 or 4 that I can't even think of off the top of my head that graduated from the class of the 2000s. That's it. And then think about the class of the 2010s. Who was still in there? Alaba, Thomas Muller. Who else is actually from the class of the 2010s? Because Philip wasn't. I'd say Philip was more of a 2000s kid, you know, because I'll put Lam in that 2010 category, even though he came up a few years before that. All right, so let's just put Philip Lam in the 2010s category. Yeah, let's say, so you have about 3 players there that actually succeeded at Bayern. You know the amount of players that came in and out of that academy? Tens of players. Not every young player will succeed. Mario Gomez, thank you for that too. Camavinga wants Bayern, but our board will not do more signings. They will do more signings, Divyanshu. I don't know where you got that from. They will do more signings. The reason I believe that for a fact is because we're going to have departures. So it's going to have to make sense that we make signings. I don't want any loans. Y'all seriously thinking we're splurging 80 mil on Camavinga? Exactly. We're splurging 8 million on him. No, he will be a lot cheaper though, because Rennes haven't played for 6 months now? So, or 5 months really. It's going to be 6 months soon. They haven't played. So if Bayern go in for Camavinga, we're going to be like, hey, he hasn't played. His value has to drop down by a way bigger amount. And if Tolisso is gone, maybe for 30 million to Inter Milan, who really want him apparently. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, I want him completely. But if that happens, then yeah. Havertz to Bayern is the biggest joke. How so? Rennes rejected an 80 million Madrid bid, bro. Except Real Madrid are not going in for him. That's the situation. Real Madrid aren't going in for him. Will you do a watch-along for the Marseille's game? Of course. Every Bayern watch-along, we're doing it. That's in 4 days, so I can't wait for that. You call it Norwich, not Norwich. Well, I'm going to just say Norwich because it's easier for me. Where'd you get the R from, man? Swap Brozovic for Tolisso ASAP. I wouldn't mind that, but I want money. I don't think we're looking for midfielders if Tolisso leaves, but we are looking for midfielders if Thiago leaves. Because Tolisso isn't like someone that's actually important for you. If Thiago is important, but if we're losing Tolisso and we have to replace, I don't know. Also, Thiago, I'm not hearing more about the Liverpool thing. I think Liverpool are just going to renew Wijnaldum. They're going to trust Naby Keita. I don't think Liverpool will make any more signings, and that's just something I believe. They'll probably buy a centre back. Apparently, according to Christian Falk, Liverpool are interested in Ozan Kabak from Schalke. God, why does everyone want Bundesliga players? You know, in the season, the Bundesliga is a farmers league, but then in the transfer window, it's like, you know, Gucci, it's like Chanel, it's like the freaking Mercedes-Benz dealership. It's just crazy. Thiago will stay. I don't think so. I think he'll leave, but I don't know why he'd leave to a club that doesn't even want him due to age and all these things is weird. Why would anyone go to a, you know, that's like a girl getting asked out by a guy, but the guy's like, oh, you got an ugly face, you're overweight, like you asked her out, bro. Just accept the fact that she's at least attractive. That's why you asked her out. Do you think Jude would be suitable at Bayern? Who's Jude? I think you mean Jude Bellingham. Why would we want Jude Bellingham? He just went to Dortmund. We can't just sign him now. It's too late. He wouldn't be suitable now because he's not going to come here anytime soon. Bundesliga is like a shopping mall. Exactly. We become a mall in the transfer window, but in the actual season, Farmers League, terrible league. Your league's crap. Your players are crap. Become a mall. It's always good. Isn't our board responsibility for the right back right now? Flick has to go public to loan a right back who's useless, and now we have to move Kimmich to right. I don't know what that means, but Flick, a source came out saying Hansi Flick is a little bit annoyed that he didn't get a right back. And Max Aarons, you'd fit Hansi Flick's system. Apparently Hansi Flick wanted Dodo from Shakhtar Donetsk. Why? I don't know. I don't know what. I don't. There. You just watch those highlights of players and you're like, this guy's cold. Oh my God, he's amazing. And then you, like some of Dodo, I haven't seen any highlights and. He's 5'5". I want Max Aarons. He's 5'10". That's the only reason I want. Nah, seriously. Sergino Dest is also a player that would be amazing. We should have signed Dest or Dodo. I think you mean in January, but now Max Aarons, if he's available, I think he's a complete fullback for me. He can defend, most importantly for me, but most importantly as well, he can attack. Max Aarons would fit as well, especially being a backup. I'm a Chelsea fan since the bloody 70s. Wow, that's pretty cool. Philip Lahm retired way earlier than he should have. Right. Man was like 33. Jeez, okay, but still, he could have gone to like 36 because he didn't really play with all his physical attributes. He played mostly with the strength. He's perfect. He's English. He's played in PL, very cheap, top right back. Aarons is pretty good. Yeah, I think, you can look at Aarons in the Prem and you're like, they're crap. But that's because Norwich are crap. They're crap. I watched Norwich versus Liverpool, the opening game. I was like, oh my God, Norwich, they can beat Liverpool. And then they got smacked. And I was like, this team is getting relegated. No, actually, I didn't think that. But I was like, how can they dominate Liverpool at Anfield but not win? So that's what it is. Thought about Havertz. What do you want me to think? I'll think what you think. Right. Alright, but how's everyone's day been? Look, the closer we get to the Champions League, the more nervous I get, but I'm not as nervous as I'd say on the last day of the season, we have a game, we gotta win it, and that's it. I'm not that nervous, but what I am is like, I'm a little bit concerned. I want to see how this team plays without Pavard, who's been literally one of the most important players. Like, in terms of just starting. This guy has, he's top 4 for minutes, or top 5, I think, for the most minutes played. Why? Oh, Vertonghen's leaving Spurs? That's sad. I always liked him as a player. Lucas Hernandez. And also, I think a lot of people are starting to write Lucas Hernandez off. You know what I love about Bayern, though? People don't know who Lucas is, and that's amazing. 70 million. No one's calling him a flop. Sometimes I feel like that's what's wrong with so many teams or so many players. You just get a billion people calling you a flop. By the way, the Champions League is coming back. I'm organizing content. So when we're doing the live, I want to have tens of people on a Zoom call, right? And a lot of people already asked me, and we're gonna have all of you, a lot of you on a Zoom call. So when something happens, I can just switch to you all on a Zoom call and go eat. I'll just see your live reactions, right? It's about adding the fans to be part of it. So if you looked at the Premier League, maybe a goal happened, they just look at the fans on the Zoom call. That's basically what I'm doing. I just figured out that I could record, or I could source up what's happening in the Zoom, so you could actually see the people, and I can have like all the people there, and hopefully everyone's not wearing. You don't have to wear Bayern stuff, but when it's like we're playing Chelsea, I think we should try it, guys. When we play Marseille, and everyone's welcome to join it. Just DM BayernNow on Instagram, and when the day comes, I'll send everyone the Zoom link and everything that you need. You just join the Zoom call, and you will be on the live stream. So, and also there'll be fan cams after the games, digital of course, because I don't live in Munich. Oh, actually, I couldn't even do it if I lived in Munich because everything is closed and you can't go anywhere. But yeah, I will. I want to do fan cams. I have things set up, people that I want you all to continue to see, right? Yeah, that's it. Well, fan cams are the fan cam I'm talking about is the little HUD. Especially, imagine when a Champions League final and like there's all these tens of Bayern fans just whenever I switch to it and we score a goal and everyone's just there. I don't know. I think it would be cool. Munich is open. Do you live in Munich, Vinay? The DFB would want Pavard to stay in the league. DFL. Of course they would, Even Adidas themselves should push for Havertz to Bayern. I always thought about that, and I was like Man United used Adidas, right, to get Paul Pogba. They did. And it's not illegal. It's actually very smart. Real Madrid have used Adidas to get a player like Hazard. Like, Adidas are a brand. They'd want to identify with a player. Why don't Bayern ever really use Adidas to push for a signing? Like, for example, Nike with Jordan. Nike used Neymar, PSG used Nike. They convinced Neymar to join because of Nike as well. So why don't we ever use these sponsors to say, you know what? Hey, we'll back us up right here. Can Pavard play in the quarterfinals? Well, it looks like he could be out for 6 weeks, man. That puts him out for the entire Champions League campaign. That's why it's so bad. And I don't know. I hope it's looking clean, man. I don't know. Can Herbert Hainer? Exactly right. We have Herbert Hainer, former CEO of Adidas in Germany. Yo, why don't we just tell him, hey, we want to sign Kai Havertz. Go convince Adidas to give us just a little bit more money. And then it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of clubs do that. Maybe I'm just stupid. Do you think Lucas can play in the Champions League? He can because he's in the team sheet. But will he start? I don't think so. I think Hansi will go with what's been working, and that's Alaba, Davies, Boateng, and even, God dang it, Pavard's not there. Odriozola maybe. Or Kimmich could go to right back. We could see a situation where maybe, I don't know. I don't want to mess up the balance, but we'll see in 4 days. I think the game should be live, right? Right. The Marseille game, it should be live. Olympique Marseille, right? It should be live. So when we do the watch along, I want to see exactly what Hansi does, especially when it comes to rotating his players. I want to see what he does with the right back position. I don't want to see Odriozola. I want to see Kimmich there. I wonder if they're also going to allow us to rotate. No, I don't want us to rotate the entire team. I want a full-on 90-minute game of the players that are going to be in the Champions League. Like, I want it to look like a professional game. So, we'll see. I think Kimmich is good there. And, yeah, Kimmich is world-class at right back. Havertz, I think, for me, I'm excited because I get to see Kimmich at right back. I think that's what Flick should do. And Kicker said it. Kicker said Hansi wanted a right back. This is why Hansi wanted a backup right back. And people are like, oh, let's convert Leon Dejaku to you can always put Leon Dejaku in there because he plays for Bayern. And he could actually be in the first team. But this is my problem, guys. You can't just say, oh, Leon, you're our backup right back. That's not how it works. So we need a backup right back. We definitely do. We should play a back three. Ray, we've never played a back three. We don't do it. And I don't think we should start now. I think it limits us attacking-wise and it limits us defensively. We are a pressing team. We play from the front foot. If someone gets past our press, we have one of the best goalkeeper of all time, who is also the best goalkeeping sweeper. We have everything. Kimmich right back with Goretzka, Thiago in the center mid. Yeah, that worked last season, didn't it? I'd like to see it back. Goretzka and Thiago. Maybe that will convince Thiago to stay. Maybe Thiago won. You know, I don't understand this Thiago story. It's so confusing. Odriozola is alright at right back for me. If the center back pairing is solid, we'll be alright. That's probably true as well. That's very true. By the way, thank you to everyone that supported the GoFundMe thing yesterday. I'm proud of all of you guys, man. I'm proud of all of you, especially the fact that I'm proud of you guys. So I'm gonna leave the link like in that chat. It's like something that I actually low key care about. So that's the link for the GoFundMe. It's for a Bayern fan who I don't know, but they're local to me. I'm part of the fan club. Well, I'm not really part of the fan club. I don't go to Denver to go watch Bayern at 7:30 a.m. in the morning. I would have to literally leave this house at 5 a.m. in the morning. I don't wake up at 5 a.m. So why would I? So that's the GoFundMe link. I'll leave it again. Share it, right? That's what Mia San Mia is about. Just supporting other Bayern fans. He has stage 5 kidney disease, I think, and his wife matched with him. So now they're matched, and she could do the transplant, but they need a big funding, I think. So yeah, I left the link there for anyone that wants to share it. It'd be very good too. He'll get skinned by every dribbler, only good at crossing. Who would? Odriozola, you're right. I think Odriozola, the guy's okay attacking wise, but defensively he is crap, bro. He just has pace, but no usage of it. Shula's starting FYI. Well, look, what, you're gonna tell Jerome Boateng, hey Jerome, you can't start. Niklas Zula's back. I don't think Hansi would do that to Jerome Boateng. I don't think he'd do it to Niklas Zula, because Niklas wouldn't want to just be thrown in. Exactly. I was thinking about it. Davies right back, Alaba left back. You are smoking something. See, this is what I meant. Some people are like, let's move Davies back to wing, Alaba back to left back. And all of a sudden, now Davies is going to be our right back. Some of you say... some of you say these things, and I feel like you're not thinking. I'm not saying I was right, but I was. I was always saying, hey, we need backups, etc. We need backups, and people said we had enough. We have Kimmich who can play right back. Now Kimmich don't want to play no right back. Kimmich does not want to play right back at all. We should sign Calvin Stengs. I hear about him a lot. I don't know who he is. I'll be there. Odriozola will start as left back against Marseille, and Chelsea wait for it. Well, thankfully, we have a better left back in Alphonso Davies, who's fit. Hopefully, look. There's that unluckiness Bayern get. We have to push through this. This is where the testament of this team comes into play. I want to see this team push through this. Are they planning to win the UCL? What are Man United plans in the UCL? Exactly. I was actually wondering that. I was like, United, I feel like they'll get exposed. I always say it. Man United have a lot of potential with the players they have, but they have a very crap coach. And I'm going to stand by that. And you're going to see it when they start facing Real Madrid, like these types of teams. People are going to start realizing it. And Bayern do not need another center midfielder. That's an opinion. I don't think we do. But I'd like to see us sign Aarons, Camavinga, and Dominic Szoboszlai. I wouldn't sign Camavinga, to be honest. If we have the money to sign Camavinga, Oli is good. Wow. Please don't spam with capital words. I hate reading that. James was so good for Bayern. Why did Bayern sell him? Bayern didn't sell him. He went back to Real Madrid to be a bench warmer. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Roy Stone. James was not that great at Bayern. The guy had one decent season, but people think James had this incredible season. Him and Muller had the same numbers with a similar amount of minutes. The exact same amount of assists, goals, they had the exact same. Muller had more, but people don't even want to look at that. They're like, oh, Muller didn't have that great of a season. But James' season, despite the fact that the numbers were the same, was absolutely superb. James was okay. He was just as good as anyone else. Him and Coutinho for me are on the same level. We can sign James for 25 million. Your thoughts? No. Jeez. Sorry. No. What do you mean sign James? Why would we sign James? I'd rather just not sign an attacking midfielder then. Look, I'm tired of these. James didn't want to be here. Why would we sign a player that didn't want to be here? Why am I looking at my wallet? Well, I don't want to sign a player that didn't want to be here. I always thought Solskjaer was, he looks like he can, manage the squad, but he doesn't look tactically competent. When Hansi has a problem tactically, we see something different happen, something changes. But I feel like Solskjaer, it's when it doesn't work, he looks clueless, especially with some very good players. I mean, why do you need a world-class cam to attack? Because you can always just change your system and have it fit the way you play. If Hansi Flick was like, I want Kai Havertz, I want this, I want Leroy Sané in order to score goals, that's a poor way of managing. You have to bet the best managers work in the worst situations. Look at Klopp. Klopp made some water. He made some water into some Hennessy. Is Hennessy wine? I don't plan to drink anyway, so I wouldn't care or know. So don't even tell me. No. Max Aarons is good. Hopefully we sign him. Yeah, I don't know. I think it could happen. Nah, you'll just all be here. Well, I mean, I think this Premier League season, any Prem fan will tell you this. This has been the worst Premier League season. Man United are on the worst point total of all time, I think. You have these teams that are underperforming, Right, so I think it's just a matter. I mean, you're all going to come to my conclusion. This is the same manager that has the worst points total in Man United history. So we're just saying it's not like I'm just saying if you have the worst points total, you can't be that great of a manager. We should do a swap deal with Tolisso and Brozovic. Tolisso and Brozovic. You signed Brozovic. What's your what? Yeah, I mean Tolisso's. Why does Inter want Tolisso? Yeah, Inter just everyone's recycle, cause they just keep picking up everyone that no one wants. Lewandowski will get robbed again in the Golden Boot. Yeah, right. Ciro Immobile and Cristiano Ronaldo. This is a Serie A thing. This isn't some conspiracy that people are making up. This is the truth. Serie A knows they're not a good attacking league, nor are they a good defensive league. So they call 1 billion penalties per game to get their top scorers to win the European Golden Boot, to give their league recognition. That's fraud. That's fraudulent. The amount of someone got a penalty for getting fouled on in the box. Oh my goodness. A defender, the penalties they get is ludicrous. Lewandowski has 5 penalties, right? That's normal for a striker that actually he gets all our penalties in the league. 5 penalties. Scored all of them. I think he might have missed one, but I don't know. He has 34 goals without penalties. He has 28 or 29. I'm not exactly sure. Ciro Immobile and Ronaldo have 17 and 18 goals without penalties. Tell me, and some people want to tell me, oh, this is the best defense. That's just annoying. No, what's happening with Jonathan David? I would love the Canadian kid. Brozovic is a good player. He is a far upgrade. I'm just wondering what's the end game with Bayern. Because, is it money? Because I want money. I want money from Tolisso, so it's just crazy. I don't know. What is it? I want penalties. I want money so that we can invest it in the squad on players like young players that are up and coming. Lewandowski had only 4 penalties. Well, thank you for telling me that because I didn't know. As a Canadian, I would love 2 Canadians at Bayern. Of course you would. You get Davies. What do we get? We don't even have any United States American players. We do. His name is Alphonso Davies from North America. and America. Water is so amazing when you like it. Okay, but Tolisso is better than Goretzka. Germs, why are you trying to piss me off? You know he's not. But no giving money for Brozovic. Yeah, they should give us money for getting them Brozovic. For getting Brozovic. Why does Inter want to... That's kind of confusing to me. Brozovic is what? 27? Hey... How old is his brother? Marcelo Brozovic. Hey, we got Marcelo, guys. Clap for us. W's in the chat. I don't know. I don't know. He's a good player. You know, always strike me as really, really good. He was in the World Cup for Croatia. Very good player. You know, there's a lot of players that are leaving Inter that have been there forever. I don't know why Antonio Conte doesn't really like Brozovic, but I always thought he was a good player. But you know what I want? I don't want any player. I want money so that we can spend that money on the right back, like I said, because we know we don't want to spend money. I want money so we can spend that money. Apparently they were trying. You know what? If they give us Perisic and Brozovic plus an extra 20 million, I'd take it. Nah, I'm playing. How much would Brozovic cost in a normal way? How much would it cost? Does anyone know? His market value right now, holy crap, it's 52 million. That's big. You know, playing as a DM as well. Right, how much would he cost? Wow. Brozovic would not be bad, you know. But how much would he cost if we were to buy him? And if Inter say, hey, Brozovic is worth more than Tolisso, then yeah. You know, I'd take it. I'd take it I wouldn't even think. I'd just take it. He's a freaking amazing CDM. I think people just don't, 60. So, would you say if they wanted to swap, they'd be in the same price bracket? By the way, that's crazy to me too. Lingadinho scored a banger yesterday. We need to buy him. Right. You know, that'd be funny though, if Bayern do get him, because he'd sell shirts. Yes, definitely. No, he wouldn't. Yeah, he'd just be one of those players people make fun of and want to follow on Instagram. You know, what if we win a Champions League with Lingard and he's taking pictures like he did so? He could be our joke person. He's 27 in his prime. I wouldn't mind Brozovic. It's kind of stupid giving golden boots to someone who scored 34 goals with 14 penalties. End this live stream. Wow, that's crazy. Now I don't want to end it. Perisic has been better than Coman even though he's a backup. That's unfortunately the truth. Alright, but thank you everyone so much for watching. You know, I'm not ending the live stream because someone said I should end the live stream. I'm ending it because it's been 42 minutes and 43 minutes. I have some things to do. Like I said, DM BayernNow on Instagram if you want to be part of the little live fan cam. Actually, you know, when you're we want to try it in the next 4 days when we play Marseille. We want to try it, see how it works. When is that actually? That's on Friday. So Bayern are playing Marseille on Friday. So if you want to be in it, preferably you have a laptop or you have some sort of webcam, or you can be on your phone, but it has to be at least decent. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia San Mia and peace. Can't wait for this. Your thoughts on the entire Urzo versus Unai Hoeneß drama? I don't care. That's my thoughts.